was trying to think about some more things that you can do with code components, and one thing I remembered is charts. Building charts on a Webflow site has been absolutely horrible for the entirety of me being a Webflow developer. The best thing I've ever been able to use is Charts.js, but I don't like Charts.js. It just looks blurry and it looks bad. I don't know how to explain it. There's something called Recharts, which you can see here, which is super customizable, super beautiful, and super performant. So what I'm going to try to do in this video is use Recharts as an interactive Webflow component, which I can use across sites. So I'd be able to, like, it would inherit fonts, I could set the colors, and obviously I could set the data points as well. So that's my goal for this video. You're going to watch me do it. I already have code components set up. If you don't know how to do that, link in the description. There is a video below. And I also just discovered this from Federico Leonardo. He shared this with me on X. Also very good project. This will be linked in the description too. It's like a super easy way to get started with code components. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and try to get this simple line chart here into Webflow. All right, so one prompt. It did take a little while. I think it took like 5 minutes to go ahead and do its thing. But we ended up with this line chart right here in Webflow. And if I look at it in preview mode, then as we can see, it's got the tooltips. It's nice and animated. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. I'm still getting used to the new breakpoint location on Webflow. It's responsive. It is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. Now, let's go ahead and try to configure it and see how things are. There's like a lot of different props in here. That being said, it's a complicated chart, so you kind of get what you get. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make this actually show any like realistic form of data, and I will get back to you. All right, so there we go. I just configured it. It just has some months, and then it has like before and after, and it is perfect. This is exactly what I was trying to do. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and try to make another chart, like a pie chart or something like that, since I was able to do this so quickly. Take a look at this. So I'm able to configure all of this in Webflow, all of the points, everything. I've used variables here to define which color I want these to be. So let's say I go ahead right now and like change my blue to be a different blue. Let's go ahead and make it like that, even though it's kind of ugly. I just want to show you. As you can see, it has now updated. I can set this to, let's say, like not show the y-axis, not show the x-axis, just make it like a chart. You know, let's go ahead and do that. Let's say we don't want to show the legend and we don't want to show the grid, right? Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and also hide the y-axis and just make it so this is our chart. Look at this. So the height is set to 400, the width is set to 100%. It is perfectly responsive. Now, if I go into preview mode, take a look at how nice this chart is. I mean, I've never made a nicer chart in Webflow before. Not to mention the fact that it, inherits the fonts, it uses variables. That is just amazing. So since I was able to do that so quickly, let's go ahead and make one more component. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. I'm thinking either a pie chart or a bar chart. Maybe a bar chart. I think bar charts are probably a lot more common. So let's say we got all sorts of different bar charts. That one is hideous, not tiny. Okay, let's go with this one right here, simple bar chart, and let's just copy this code. And then again, I'm gonna paste this example into Claude Code, let it know to do the exact same thing we just did, but with a bar chart, and see how that goes. Okay, so take a look at this. It did the exact same thing. So I could just go through like all of these and just keep sending them and make like a giant library of reusable charts for not just one, but like all of my Webflow sites. Take a look at how good this is. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do, actually there's two things. One is I want to make it so you can change the color of the axes. So like this thing here that says like January, February, March, April, I want to be able to set a color to that, because what if I want it to be like, white? Let's say it's on like a dark background, or let's say I just want it to not be so dark. I want it to be like gray. And then also same thing, when I hover over the bar chart here, there's this like gray background, you know, so I want to be able to, let's say, set the color of that. So those are just like finishing touches. I'm going to go ahead and set those up now. All right, so it didn't quite do what I wanted it to do. I'd probably want to go and hang out with this a little bit more and try to perfect it because it doesn't seem like the hover color is actually working. The axis color did work. It just didn't quite work in the way that I wanted it to. So like I'm going to change this to FFF, for example, and it does change the line itself to white, but it doesn't change the text. So I would just go ahead and have a bit more of a conversation with Claude about that to get that working as I wanted it to. But all in all, I'm going to have to chop this one up as a win. I'm super happy with this. I have never had such good looking and customizable charts inside of Webflow. Finally, I don't need to use Charts.js anymore. This looks amazing. Oh, it worked. Okay, it just wasn't working in the designer. I didn't realize I was in preview. Okay, so even better. Look at that. This looks horrible. The colors that I chose are just the worst, but doesn't matter for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead and build some really awesome Webflow charts that you can use on all of your sites. I will see you soon and have a great day.